Welcome everybody to another night of the Night Talk. I am your host, Dwayne Lanham. It's going to be another great night tonight here. Tonight we're going to talk about more of the effects of what COVID-19 is doing to our country. I know we've been on a steady COVID-19 track for about, the past couple of months. Um, and I know some of you folks are probably getting tired of hearing about the Nova coronavirus. Tonight we're going to look at the different cases how many cases we're at, U.S. health wise, and also the fact how many we are globally. The Nova coronavirus has became a really and honestly big deal to the U.S. We could tell that when this started out, that this was not going to be an ordinary outbreak. And yes, your host is losing his mind looking for his cigarettes before he has to open another pack because he does not want to do that. I really do not want to open another pack of cigarettes when I don't have to. I might have to. Well, opening up the new pack. But anyways, so like I was saying, guys, so basically tonight we're just going to talk about the coronavirus. We're going to try to have some fun with this too, because it seems like every time I'm on here we talk about sad, depressing things. We talk about really sad, really depressing stuff. I'm going to text our friend TLO, let him know to come on in. But the matter of the fact is, guys, that, everybody is still freaking out, going like our governor and everybody is trying to induce fear into America through the Nova coronavirus. I don't think that's the case. I think the case of the matter of the fact is that the president and everybody are trying to deal with the Nova coronavirus as much as they can without physically detrimenting what more damage could be done. And here in a minute, I'm going to pull up YouTube so I can see what people are chatting about in the chat comments. Freedom Revelation Network.com. I don't want to unsubscribe from my network. I want to be able to see. I don't want to. Bella! What is up, Pam? It's just another night on the Night Talk tonight. We kind of know how this goes. Um, so, you know, we're hearing a lot of rumors as of right now that's spreading fear, that people are spreading fears about the numbers of the Nova coronavirus. That the numbers are getting spread and they don't know where they're coming from. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. They don't know where the rumors are coming from. But all in a matter of reality, you really do know. Like here soon when I hang up the phone because my fiance is on here, and I'm gonna keep her awake. But the matter of the fact is that, guys, we have a mid-health humanitarian crisis on our hands, and nothing is really truly getting done about it. That's the sad fact. That's the matter of the fact that that we cannot control what happens and what does not happen at this point. Because everybody is scared. Everybody is terrified. I am terrified of what's going to happen. I am terrified for people's mental health. I am terrified for friends and family. I am terrified for my friend Solo, who I called today, and she sounded sicker than a dog. Right, Pamela? That's what I did. That's what I try to do. Because if I go do. Yeah, you cannot minimize Zoom when you are recording this meeting. Okay, I do not want to record said meeting. Stop recording. Thank you. I do not want to record said meeting. But like I was saying, you guys, is where I know. Am I still live? Pam, can you still hear me? Okay, still here. Ah, that scared me for a minute. We'll go to worldofmeatdoors.com. For a minute. We'll throw this in tablet mode. Cut. Click. Click here. I gotta use my finger for this. World. Uh-oh. Worldometers. Real-time world statistics for the Nova coronavirus. Coronavirus cases total 99,306, 900,036, 170 cases. Deaths 47,249 recovered, 194,578. And then we're gonna go to U.S. cases. U.S. coronavirus cases 215,300 deaths, 5,110 recovered, 808,878 cases together. Here soon, hopefully, our friend TLO is going to call in the show, as like I just texted him. Oh no, Pam, I can see you in the chat just fine. Speaking of chat, I need to pull ZFRN chat up, which would be nice. That. FreedomRevolutionNetwork.com. I love having a tablet. It is so much funner to use. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm just still getting everything set up. But like I was saying, you guys, this is the fact that, we're doubling in numbers by the day. We're doubling in numbers by the day. And it's just going to keep getting worse. Ooh. There I am. All right, guys. guys. So I can see that. I can see world meters. I will screen share so y'all can see the cases of the Nova coronavirus, as I normally and always do in this show. That is what I call the chat room on FRN. Exactly, is what I call it. So, guys, here are the current cases from from the United States of America. Is right here. All these cases that we're seeing. District of Columbia, DC has 586. But guys, if we scroll back up here to the top, guys, we see this number, which I highlighted. And only 2 days ago when I reported this, we were at 100-something thousand. You know, guys, that's fishy. You know, showing this right here. Because the matter of fact is, guys, we're seeing these cases just pop up over and over and over, and we're seeing them double. We're seeing that death toll. We're seeing that death toll pop up. We'll look at yesterday's, right? I have yesterday's. Guys, these are all the cases from yesterday. In New York, with 505 plus deaths. I mean, guys, come on now. If we just be real here for 1 second, that's what we're seeing. Truly right here. He might be getting the train, or he might be starting to walk home. Yeah, he might be starting to walk home. Which is okay. But guys, so we see that tremendous jump in deaths and cases. A tremendous jump. You know, so, and they say they want us to stay home. They say they want us to stay home because it's going to stop the what? The spread, the virus from spreading. And it's going to break that curve. I honestly don't think it's going to break said curve. I honestly think that it's just going to get worse. You know, which honestly is scary. To me, it's scary because the fact that we're seeing all of this, you know, the fact that we're seeing all of these just pop up at a random. You know, so I mean, guys, the president says stay home. We stay home. Because at this point, I kind of agree with him. Like, if your governor's telling DC is in lockdown, Dwayne, that is 500 too many, right? That is 500 too many, Pam. You know, that is 500 cases too many. You know, and the matter of the fact is, you know, with that being 500 cases too many, guys, we're looking at a severely amount of cases just within the next, you know, couple days. You know, so what just happened? Give me a minute, guys. I'm trying to find my screen again. There's my screen. But it's getting way too ugly, and it's getting way ugly way too quick. A best friend of mine is battling the Nova coronavirus. So let me ask you this: would you guys rather stay home, or would you rather catch this? At that point, it's up to us. We want to get sick, or do we want to stay home? Because if we just stay sick, if we want to get sick, we might as well go out. That's why Scarlet and Stone and everybody were on me every day of the week because I wasn't staying home. I was out running about. I was always out with my friends. I was always out doing God said something because I didn't care. But now seeing it, guys, this is scary. This is honestly scary. Like I have to look at this, guys, as a matter of fact that we're being biologically attacked. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Is we're being biologically attacked by a possibly another foreign country or even one of our own. You guys, I mean, what do we do? Do we sit back and let the government take control of our lives? Or do we let the government, or do we stand up and tell the government that's not happening? Because we have a choice. We have a voice. We just have to use it. What's going on? Oop, hold on. If we utilize, did you find out what happened? What happened in New York, Manhattan section to your EMT buddies? No, I have not figured out what happened yet. That's a good question because I should have. I should have figured out what happened like last week. But we're going to give our friend TLO a call and check on him since he's probably walking home. And getting worried about him. Because if we don't hear from TLO, that worries me. Worrying about said person is TLO. And TLO is a good buddy. Guys, you have to look at it. Guys, we have to look at it like this. There were helicopters in the areas yesterday evening. Oh my God, I didn't even hear that. Let's look that up. Let's look that up. Do, 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 do. Manhattan. All right, guys. So also, while I'm looking this up, we're gonna read what states are on lockdown as of right now. U.S. stay-at-home official guidance: California, Connecticut, Dallas County, Delaware, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Nashville, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Ohio, Oregon, Pennsylvania, St. Louis, West Virginia, and Wisconsin are all on a state of emergency and all are on lockdown. I just closed the wrong thing, but that's okay. So guys, he was lurking on Ron's show earlier. Oh, well, we'll find TLO eventually. Guys, I mean, it's getting bad. And honestly, I'm worried about everybody right now. I got that from the Texas News Studio, Dwayne. Oh, see, and I don't know where to look for all this stuff sometimes, and that's why I really do rely on you guys, you know, for this. I look at you guys, sometimes for information because I'm in school and I do a lot of schoolwork throughout the day. So it's like this, guys. Do we want to stay home and not get sick, or do we want to get sick? That's the main question right now. Do we want to get sick or stay home and not get sick? You know, but guys, we gotta try, we gotta, you know, watch each other's backs. We gotta be checking in on each other. We gotta be showing each other that we love for them, we care for them. Because if we don't, guys, we're just gonna throw ourselves deeper in a hole. Before I keep going, guys, if you would like to donate to the revolution, go to freedomrevolutionnetwork.com. And Joe Stone, bring your ass in here, boy. Don't sit in the comment box. Call in. Call in, Stone. I could use a friend. I gotta be able to put headphones into this thing. Would be nice. Ooh, headphone jack. So I can hear when people call in. Yeah. Waiting for Stone to call in if he can. Look at this link and play it on air. PM me the link, Stone. But no, guys, I mean, like, literally, guys, we have to start helping each other. Because if we don't, guys, we're going to fall apart as a country. Do, 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 do. Okay. Let's see if said link will play.
From the South China University of Technology uploaded a paper on the origins of coronavirus. Where did it come from? Well, this offers some clue. At the time, the official death toll in China from the coronavirus was 564. The paper made a number of notable observations.
Hold on, guys. I'm going to log into my Zoom account. And then play it. Sign in. Hey, there I am. All right, guys. So Stone sent me. Oh, wait. Go back. Stone sent me this. I don't know. Oh, wait. Hold on. I know why I have to unmute said me. All right, guys. So we can't. We can't hear the auto. But what I am going to do is unplug my headphones and bring it up for you guys to watch and listen to.
Speaking of the Chinese government, on February 6, scientists from the South China University of Technology uploaded a paper on the origins of coronavirus. Where did it come from? Well, this offers some clues.
All right. Give it a minute, guys.
At the time, the official... And speaking of the Chinese government, on February 6, scientists from the South China University of Technology uploaded a paper on the origins of coronavirus. Where did it come from? Well, this offers some clues. At the time, the official death toll in China from the coronavirus was 564. The paper made a number of notable observations and claims that are worth knowing about. That's why we're telling you. We want to be clear that we're not endorsing any of these conclusions. We haven't independently confirmed them. We can't. But you should keep in mind as you hear this that these findings come from Chinese scientists who work for a university that is controlled by the Chinese government. So whatever else they are, the views you're about to hear are probably not racist anti-Chinese propaganda. Here's what the paper says. First, the scientists confirm what scientists around the world have said they believe.
So whatever else they are, the views you're about to hear are probably
the intermediate horseshoe bat. Here's the striking thing. There are no known colonies of this bat within 900 kilometers of Wuhan. Nor is there any evidence that they were sold in the Wuhan wet market, despite many claims in the American media to the contrary, including on this show, by the way. Last night we did a segment on wet markets, the one in Wuhan included, and suggested that this bat was sold there. But let's be clear. The only actual analysis of that question that we're aware of is in this paper. These scientists interviewed almost 60 people, 59 of them, who frequented the Wuhan wet market. They confirmed there were no horseshoe bats for sale there, period. So that raises the question, where did the virus-carrying bats come from? And the paper says this, quote, we screened the area around the market and identified 2 laboratories conducting research on bat coronavirus. Within a few hundred yards of the wet market was something called the Wuhan Center for Disease Control and Prevention. According to public reports, the center used intermediate horseshoe bats for research. Then about 7 miles away was another facility. This one was called the Wuhan Institute of Virology. The Virology Institute
Can y'all
also
still not
conducted
hear it?
research on intermediate horseshoe bats, the ones that were not sold at the wet market. South China University scientists concluded that the coronavirus pandemic, the one that people are dying from here, likely came from one of these 2 government labs in Wuhan. They noticed that a scientist at the Wuhan Center for Disease Control and Prevention had been exposed to the blood and urine of horseshoe bats. They also suggested that infected tissue samples from research animals may have wound up in the Wuhan wet market. And they ended the paper this way, quote, the killer coronavirus probably originated from a laboratory in Wuhan. Safety levels may need to be reinforced in high-risk biohazardous laboratories. Regulations may be taken to relocate these laboratories far away from city centers and other densely populated places, end quote. How's that for interesting? Now, this paper has been online for nearly 2 months, and so far it has been virtually ignored in this country. Almost nobody in American journalism has dared to write about it. The few who have were immediately attacked as dangerous conspiracy theorists. Instead of assessing what seemed like the rational conclusions presented in the Chinese paper, there was a spate of American news stories and academic research designed to show that the coronavirus absolutely could not have been engineered in a Chinese lab. They sounded supremely confident of that. But do they really know it? And the answer is no, they don't. As a factual matter, it is impossible for Western scientists to settle the question either way. So instead of doing that or admitting that, they amped up the rhetoric, hoping that you wouldn't notice the difference. A post on the National Institutes of Health website, written by NIH Director Francis Collins himself, dismisses any such speculation as, quote, outrageous. Keep in mind, NIH is supposed to be keeping you safe from diseases like this one, not running political interference for hostile foreign governments. This is how they're spending their time as Americans die in the middle of a global pandemic. And still, no one addressed the substance of the claims. The South China University paper concludes that the virus probably escaped accidentally from a lab in Wuhan. It said not one word about bioweapons. Yet the NIH and USA Today and countless other outlets have devoted thousands of words to scolding you for thinking the virus may have been a form of biological warfare. Notice that's a totally different claim than the one made in the paper.
Right.
And that's not accidental. One of the surest signs that people are lying to you is when they answer questions you didn't ask. And that's exactly what the professional class is doing with this story. And they're doing it on many fronts. They're lying to you. They're claiming to know things they don't know. They're dismissing the obvious as impossible. They're blaming you for their failures, and the media are helping them do it. The stakes are too high to let them continue this way. So no matter what, stay skeptical as you assess the world. Remain rational. Gather your own evidence and come to your own conclusions. You shouldn't have to do that. You ought to be able to trust the people in charge, but you can't. So at this point, you have no choice.
Wow, guys, what a magnificent video that Stone just retrieved us with. Stone, thank you so much, man. That was literally amazing to watch. And it was amazing to hear because the fact, that we now are starting to get a origin of where this came from. We are getting an origin of where it came from, right, Stone? It's China. We have a caller. Can I unmute said caller? TLO, what is up, my man?
What's going on?
So, dude, hearing this, okay, I want to plug my headphones just so I can hear you better. I'm running off a new software.
No worries.
But now the fact that we have a source of where the virus is now coming from.
I still say it's all bullshit.
I don't think it is, though. Right, Stone, you make a point, but the government has known about this for a while.
That's because they most likely had a hand in creating it.
Right. See? And drop
now another thing that a lot of news outlets and scientists are definitely not trying to mention or put out there in the forefront is that this virus, coronavirus, is actually technically not even a virus.
Right.
It shares similarities with all of them, but viruses are alive, and this coronavirus is not alive.
I don't believe it's alive either. See, Tilo, and you make a point. You make a valid point. See, Stone, now I can see that. I can see. Now I could totally see Russia being involved. Right?
I think most governments were involved, to be honest. I think it kind of plays along with a great experiment on humans, and just to see how far they can go and see how long we can last.
Right. Right, and I believe that, see how long we can last when we're really not lasting that long. I mean, let's look at all the cases right here, right?
Exactly.
Let's look at all the cases. Were you listening, TLO, when I read today's cases?
No, I just got on because I just got home. It's a little brisk out there, so I wasn't able to walk and talk or anything.
Dude, we are at 215,000. Actually, let me pull it up on my tablet. Give me a minute since that's what I'm on. Hold on. I'm going to be weird for a minute and figure my tablet out while I'm doing my show.
No, that's fine.
Worldometer coronavirus update. Since TLO did not get to hear the current coronavirus cases, Ian Stone said it's spreading because no one is staying away from people. Correct.
Oh, there's a lot of reasons, but yeah, that is one of them.
You know, so if I pull up Worldometer's coronavirus update. Okay, this is not what I want. That's Corona. They have a website just called Corona. Of course they do.
But yeah, no, I totally believe that it's spreading for a lot of reasons. One, we are still letting domestic flights go about the country, and that should definitely be put on a standstill. Second,
that's funny that you say that.
Because most of the other countries where they've actually been able to get a hold on it is when they like basically shut almost everything down.
Right.
I mean, hell, they're even starting to see kind of some inroads in Italy.
Right. See? Teal, the current numbers are 936,204 cases, 47,249 deaths, 194,578 cases. But with looking at the U.S., total cases altogether, 215,300 case deaths, 510, and where is my recovered? Oops. 8,878 recovered cases.
Correct. So that's a lot of people that are just in limbo.
Right, and here's the thing, dude. I was in the AT&T store today, okay? I'm in the AT&T store, TLO, and I'm seeing these people that were diagnosed with the coronavirus. They're finally coming out, TLO. The news media is finally letting these people out. Okay? Why did it take so long to let the people that are infected, you know, that were infected with coronavirus just come out and say something?
Well, a lot of it, I believe, is because people can get infected numerous times with the virus.
See,
and I totally believe that, and I totally believe that some of these people have just been battling it for so long. And the fact that we live in a day and age of fucking optics, man. And I'm trying not to go on a rant just because I was kind of an idiot today and I looked at somebody's Instagram page because I could sneak in there. But people are being absolute idiots. Yes.
Bad TLO, stay away. You're gonna drive yourself nuts.
Oh, that's a moot point. That happened a long time ago.
Right? All right, TLO, go on and rant. I'm sorry. You can rant. I want to let you rant. I want to hear your rant.
I see it everywhere, and I see it every day. Where I work, I am a desk attendant supervisor at a condo high-rise in downtown Minneapolis. And I was just seeing it tonight. Like people moving around back and forth, like girlfriends and boyfriends and significant others coming and visiting they're, special somebody. And, it's like, it says essential, people should be moving around. And obviously the homeless, because they don't really have anywhere to go. So that's understandable as well. But like the moving around, and that's part of the reason why I got mad, because I know for a fact that this person who I checked up on is probably indulging in that sort of behavior. And that's going to be the stuff, that's going to be the shit that keeps this going, to be honest. I mean, yes, I might have a little tinge of jealousy, personal and professional in a lot of ways, because I'm looking at them and I'm like, wow. So it's okay for y'all to just move around just because y'all feel like, getting some or whatever. But that you're just, if, you possibly could be infected, you could possibly infect the person that you like or, are hanging out with. And then they will start spreading it to the people that they know. So it'll just keep going. And that's part of the reason why they keep, if you have not noticed, just in the last week, people, remember when they originally came out with the numbers of people they thought would die? It started at maybe 100,000.
And now they're talking.
And then, a couple of days later, they revised it. And they said, oh, well, actually it could be more between 100 and 200,000. Now, today, they're saying up to 240,000. And a lot of scientists are saying that is conservative.
I mean, I would say that.
Oh, I know it. Because first off, the testing is backed up. Second of all, there's not that many tests. Third of all, they're telling the people that aren't really showing symptoms to stay the fuck home.
Right. And we got Stone on the line, and we're going to bring Stone in as soon as I get him unmuted. Stone, I thought you were going to bed. What's up?
I just wanted to talk. TLO, I just heard what you said, and I'm right there with you. People aren't listening, man, and they're just spreading it everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Absolutely.
That's what exactly has happened. People think this is vacation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not taking this seriously. And Florida just today did a quarantine.
Yep, goes into effect Friday.
Yep.
Yeah.
It does. Yep.
It's spreading like wildfire there. Georgia's spreading like wildfire in my end. There's other areas all over the country. Look at Wisconsin. What's happening in Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Dude,
and I guarantee you it has something to do with the fact that there's a few decent college towns there.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, we saw on the news, we just saw on the news that up to 45 students that were all at spring break are now having like between 30 and 45 students have it. And
look what
I guarantee you it's because of the damn spring break.
Did. Look what Texas just fucking did. The Texas governor, in my opinion, did one of the most fucking stupidest things he could do, is saying that pastors can still hold church.
No, I saw that.
That's not right. But this is why Dr. Fauci said the other day, we're going to have 100,000, 240,000 deaths because people are not listening to anything. And a lot of these states, like South Carolina is one of them, I know for sure, they're just limiting people from working non-essential. They're not doing a quarantine. There's other states doing this as well. They want business to run as usual so they can get their tax money. They're greedy. And there's going to be a lot of freaking people dying from this, 100%.
Right, like the only reason I had to leave my house today is because my old phone finally took a crap where it won't turn on.
Right. I mean, I don't know if y'all looked at the app.
Hence the AT&T store.
Yeah, and I had to go to the AT&T store.
Well, you need to be careful going out, man.
Dude, my
because
phone wouldn't turn on, and our Wi-Fi is out.
you don't have good health either, man. I'm staying in. I don't give a crap. I ain't going nowhere. And
Well, the
luckily,
only
I can do that.
Well, the reason I had to go out to get my phone, like I was saying, is because my mom has a seizure disability, and my sister needs to be able to get a hold of me in case my mom passes away or something.
I know. You just got to be careful, man.
Oh,
I can't
trust
tell
me.
to you enough. You're gonna catch this, and you've already had a heart attack, and you have seizure. You got to be careful, man.
Well, I called and ordered.
100%.
I called and ordered my phone ahead of time in order the
Because
stuff
I
I
promise
needed for
you,
my
these
phone.
numbers are not accurate. It's way higher than this. Death
Absolutely.
for people.
It has to be. And my friend here soon. My friend.
Oh, I know it is. I got a friend that worked for FEMA and Homeland Security, and he told me that 2 weeks ago.
My friend who I was talking to you about Monday night, dude. I called and checked on her today, dude, and she sounds horrible than a dog.
Well, I'm telling you, people are going to catch this, and some people are dying in 2 to 3 hours of catching it. They have no chance. No chance. It hits you that hard, man.
Right, TLO,
But,
you're good.
Yeah,
right there
hence
with you,
the people
TLO.
dropping in the streets over in China
Right.
is because
Yeah.
it got to that point there. And we just saw the tail end of it because they only allow certain things to be released.
Right.
And we waited at least a month too late to start to do anything. A month at least late. We should, and they, like you said, TLO, these planes in there, these planes should be grounded.
Yes.
There should be nobody flying. And all these states
Nobody
need to be
flying.
locked down.
Nobody should
Locked
be flying.
down. These states need to be locked down.
You know,
Not
like,
martial law, but they need to be locked down. It'd be almost difficult because there's so many back roads, but it needs to happen, man.
you know, like, so let me give y'all an example. Y'all know those cruise ship things, right? That you can sign out like in the mall to win something,
Yeah.
like them slips.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close my YouTube chat. Just the other day, okay? Just the other day, and I am not shitting you. I got the picture of my slip. Hold on, you know what? I'll do this. Let me go back in the Zoom. Give me a minute, because I'm going to show y'all that this shit is fucking stupid. That they're trying to bait people now in these times, right?
Yeah.
That they're trying to admit they're trying to bait us in. If you look on YouTube, dude, look at that. That's my slip that I filled out at the mall in Polaris. That's my exact slip, because that was my sloppy ass handwriting. And then that's what they're saying.
Right.
Well, there's a ship right now that's supposed to be coming in somewhere in Florida. I think a day or two, or it's coming. It might be there now. I think it was in Port Everglades. There's a ship that was stopped in the Panama Canal like a day or two ago, and there's 4 people dead on it.
Dude,
It's called the Holland America. You can look it up right now.
Right,
and they're
and
wanting to come
two
in the
ships
port
out.
again. Why was a stupid American cruise ship still out on the water?
Dude,
Why?
they're keeping a cruise ship out on the water due to the simple fact that they don't want to let anybody in till mid fucking April.
And I'll tell you one thing else we got to look out for. I don't know if y'all watched the press conference earlier today, but we're having cutters and battleships and aircraft carriers surround the whole U.S. because Iran says they're going to attack. And it is also for the drug kingpins trying to come in.
I heard
And
that.
I don't know if y'all heard about this earlier night. The USS Mercy, that's in Los Angeles, if I'm not correct. I think I'm correct. The conference in New York. Somebody derailed a train tonight and tried to hit it.
What?
Yeah, oh yeah. You can go look at it right now on our Facebook closed group and pull the link up right now and
Hold on.
read it online.
Give me
There's,
1 minute.
I'm telling you,
I'm gonna
man,
pull that.
we possibly are gonna get attacked because we're at our lowest right now.
Dude,
And they were
with
talking
all-
about that today on the press conference. It wasn't really about coronavirus. They had a defense secretary and all the Navy.
It's the possible fact that
Admiral-
we're going to get attacked.
We don't know. You don't know, but there's a possibility.
That's
you
what
got
I'm saying.
to,
But I've been saying that, Stone, for weeks now. You know me,
Well, I've
TLO,
been
and
saying it for
Scarlet,
years.
everybody
We're gonna
has.
get attacked. We're gonna get attacked sometime. Just got to be ready. I've thought that for years that we're gonna get attacked. But right now we are our most vulnerable as a country.
We
All
are.
these doctors and nurses are getting sick. All these police officers are getting sick.
And Iran wants to come over
we're
here.
in bad shape. And once these doctors and nurses go down,
We're
it's
fucked.
gonna go. We're gonna go into deeper panic mode, major, and nothing's gonna be able to help these people if it gets to that. We better pray that that's not gonna happen. But
You know, and I hate to say this, and I hate to say this the way that I'm about to, but there's no other way for me to put it. If y'all don't have a gun now, right? If
there's a
y'all
lot of
don't have-
areas you can't get guns. You can't get
Oh,
guns in some areas.
here in Ohio, dude, I can still go buy a firearm. I just bought me a 12 gauge shotgun today because my dumb self pawned a freaking firearm so my mother can get her medication.
Yeah, I pawned my firearm too.
Well, I had to pawn mine. My mom needs her seizure meds. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and Daddy needs to pay rent.
Right. And then Scarlett yelled at me for it last night and begged me to go buy a shotgun this morning. So what do? I go buy a shotgun.
Oh yeah, no. When I get the available funds, I'm going to be getting suited up.
And then I got a letter yesterday from somebody. Stone, I don't know if you saw this letter, but I'm going to read this and we're going to talk about this for a minute because it honestly freaked me out. It honestly scared me, okay? Because listen to this. Homeland Security is preparing to mobilize the National Guard, preparing to dispatch them across the U.S. along with the U.S. military. When I'm talking military, I mean Army, Navy, everything. Yeah,
is that one that's got? Is that letter that's got all those 7 or 8 different things on it on Facebook? Yeah, that's fake. Been proven to be fake.
It has.
And the reason I know that is I have a buddy whose brother works in the Pentagon, and that's 100% fake.
I was about to say I have a buddy who's in the National Guard, and he even told, because I said that to him, they're like, dude, they don't even give us that much of heads up.
No, that's totally a hoax. They're not going to tell you what they're going to do. And plus,
Yeah.
there's no way the Navy or anybody's going to be able to quarantine. They've got to. They can't.
Look at that aircraft carrier.
I know. I'm ex-Navy. I know all that. My brother was Army. I have a brother-in-law that was a Marine. My dad was Army as well.
I didn't know that.
They're not going to do that. They have to fight. They have to do what they have to do. Keep us safe.
Wait a minute, Stone. You're ex-Navy?
Yeah, I was Navy. Yes, sir. Sure was.
Thank you for serving, dude. I never knew that about you.
Oh yeah, I was Navy.
How the hell in the past 2.5 years have I not known that about you? And you've never said that once.
I just don't brag about it, man. I just served my country. I was named after my great uncle who was killed in the Spanish-American War, fighting in the Philippines. So, and my dad was in a long time. My dad went to Vietnam, and I just did it, man. When I got out of school, I didn't want to go to college for right off the bat. I just wanted to go to the Navy. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I did. But going back to what we're talking about here, we
Dude,
just got to keep an extra eye out for a terrorist attack. Go look right now on the closed Facebook group, ours,
okay.
and look up
Hold
that link to that train and that train derailing.
How far down is it, Stone?
And there was also two guys. I don't know if it was today or yesterday. It's also on there too. They tried to bomb the White House.
I saw that.
And they look Middle Eastern to me. Did they look Middle Eastern to you?
They looked at least middle. I'm gonna go anywhere between Middle Eastern and at least.
Not trying to be judgmental or anything, but
I'm going Middle Eastern or Spanish.
But you know how much they got that White House locked down right now, man?
I bet the president ain't a lot out of it.
Oh, he's not. He's not.
Man intentionally derailed train at high speed, attempt to crash in the hospital. I'm going to read this. A Los Angeles train engineer at the Port of Los Angeles was arrested this morning on federal charges for allegedly running a locomotive at full speed off the end of the rail tracks near the USNS Mercy. Eduardo Moreno, 44 of San Pedro, was charged today in a criminal complaint with one count of train wrecking as a result of an incident Tuesday afternoon. According to the criminal complaint filed in the United States District Court, Moreno admitted in two separate interviews with law enforcement authorities that he intentionally derailed and crashed the train near the Mercy. TLO, what are you thinking about this, dude?
It just plays a part in the world unraveling, especially mentally. That guy's not a terrorist. He's an idiot.
Well, he's definitely a domestic. They call him a domestic terrorist for doing that.
Well, no shit.
Yeah, but it's funny they don't charge him with it, though. You notice they don't charge him with it, though. One count of train wreckage? What is that bullshit?
Two counts.
Fine, 2 counts. That mug should be charged with those counts. Let's see, terrorist, just like Stone said. Yep.
Yeah,
attempted mass murder. With all those people on the ship, if he's aiming for the ship.
The FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force and the Port of Los Angeles Police are now. See, here's my thing. The FBI needs to be in it, but the Los Angeles Police Department can get the fuck out of it. Because here's my thing. I have heard nothing but bad reviews about the Los Angeles Police Department.
Yeah, they've never been good.
And your cat sounds like a fucking dog snoring. That's either the cat or Stone's wife.
That's my dog.
Okay, so I was right. It was a dog. It was a dog.
Eating.
That ain't my wife, dude. My wife don't snore, and I'm not in the bedroom. I'm in my office.
Oh, I'm sorry, Stone. I wasn't trying to be rude.
Because I'm actually watching the news and seeing if there are other stuff to report. I'm watching the news right now as well.
So I'm going to keep reading on here real quick, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
Moreno ran the train off the end of the tracks and crashed through a series of barriers before coming to rest more than 250 yards from the Mercy. No one was injured in the incident, and the Mercy was not harmed or damaged in any way. The incident did result in the train leaking a substantial amount of fuel oil, which required cleanup by fire and other hazardous material personnel. The train crash was witnessed by a Californian highway patrol officer who took Moreno into custody as he fled the scene. The Los Angeles Port Police then took custody of Moreno, conducted an interview, and obtained permission to search his residence. The FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force and part of Los Angeles Police Department are now leading the investigation. The CHP officer who witnessed the crash reported seeing the train smash into a concrete barrier at the end of the track, smash into a steel barrier, smash into a chain link fence, slide through a parking lot, slide across another field of gravel, smash into a second chain link fence. According to the David in support of the criminal complaint.
Affidavit.
Affidavit. Thank you. Affidavit in support of the criminal complaint. When the CHP officer contacted Moreau, he made a series of spontaneous statements, including, "You only get this chance once. The whole world is watching. I had to. People don't know what's going on here. Now they will." Stone, should I go ahead and play this video that they have?
I would. Go ahead. Let's see what it looks like.
They have this fucking video. I'm not going to play the audio. I'm going to try to play the audio to it, so I'm going to have to hold it close up to my microphone. Oh, fuck. Hold on a second. Let me screen share. Y'all keep seeing my beautiful fiance. I'm sorry. What the heck? That's you, bitch. God.
Not.
Can you guys hear that?
No, you might want to just play the audio. I would just play the
Yeah.
audio. You're having some kind of technical difficulty with that tonight.
I don't know what it. Oh, that's why. Let me mute me. There we go.
Do you guys know Wednesday there was 869 coronavirus deaths
There
in
you go,
the U.S. on Wednesday? I still can't hear it. You need to put it on just audio like you did my video.
But today, he started talking about how he was trying to make it way through the Mercy.
It's very muffled.
God dang it.
Let people know what's really going on the ship. Now this season.
Oh, man, then I got YouTube playing. Why is it going to the page? I hate when it does this to me.
Franks near the USNS Mercy on purpose.
Yeah, KKL9 Stu Mandel is and Sky 9.
There you go, Stone.
Juan, Sharon, this is all happened. This is all happening out here in the port of Los Angeles. There's the Mercy right there. Yesterday, this came out as a train derailment. It came out as an accident. Today, we're learning something a lot more nefarious going on out here. There's that locomotive basically ran off the end of the tracks, almost making it over towards the Mercy. Very, very close indeed. Now, a California Highway Patrol officer actually witnessed the accident and saw the locomotive engineer running from the scene. He was taken into custody yesterday, but today, he started talking about how he was trying to make his way to the Mercy to damage it, to let people know what's really going on the ship. Now, these statements basically got the attention of the FBI, anti-terrorist people here as well. This is turning into much more of an investigation. The ship itself still very safe out here in the harbor, and it also, if we understand, has some non-COVID patients on board. Right now, though, in a big investigation on this train derailment, now intentional by the locomotive engineer. Live in Sky 9 over the San Pedro area of Stu Mandel. Back to you two in the studio.
He is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Hell yeah, he's going to be in a lot of trouble.
I can't really see that. How far is the track from the boat? Pretty far?
I say at least a good 600 to 800 yards away.
Yeah, he had some run-up speed.
Yeah.
I'm going at least.
I'm telling you, this is not going to be the first incident in this. A lot of crazy people, like TL said, there's going to be a lot of people going crazy, man.
And then who has
Correct.
the fucking nerve to try to attempt to bomb the fucking White House?
Oh, I guarantee you there'll be at least 2 more attempts. At least.
Okay, and I know we don't want to hear this,
Okay, let me get my headphones back on because now I'm transitioning from video to
Well,
back.
good luck, 'cause you're going to get shot right off the bat. Those guys are lucky they didn't get shot.
Dude, here's my thing. I don't. And this is me. I don't see if we basically see another 9/11 happening with that new tower getting hit.
There's no way that'll happen. You know how guarded that area is? That area is so guarded, man.
Yeah, it'd be almost impossible in a city like New York or LA at the moment.
Dude,
We're on high alert now with Iran anyway, and I guarantee
Exactly.
you multiple.
Plus, they're epicenters
you don't
for the
even
virus,
know
so there's
what's
already
going on
military.
with everything. Yeah, you don't even know.
Right, but
Correct.
I'm saying that
The president
They got
said if
spotters
do
in them
something to our
skyscrapers, I
soldiers,
guarantee it.
like Iran did a couple months ago. He gave them a reprieve. He says, they mess with my soldiers, it's over. It's game over.
Trump did.
Well,
say
yeah, I ain't worried about Iran. I would be more concerned
No,
about
I'm not either.
Russia.
Russia and China.
Correct.
That's who I'm concerned with. I'm not
See,
North Korea, not at all.
Here's my thing about Russia, and I have my opinion on Russia, and here's my thing. Okay, we've had beef with Russia back since after the Cold War.
Yes, after the wall dropped.
After, yeah, right, exactly after the wall dropped. But here's my thing. I honestly think Russia is fucking smart enough to leave us the fuck alone. The country I honestly, and this is my doubt stone, and here's the reason why, is North Korea. Here's the reason why, okay? Trump has been the only president of a U.S. president to step foot on the North Korean soil, okay? So, if Kim Jong-un did that to get on his good side, but only to do shit behind his back.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, he ain't got the gonads to do anything.
I think he does.
He doesn't have. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have long range missiles. You know how many people?
No, he
you know how
doesn't.
many soldiers we have in South Korea? It would be game over for him real quick.
Well, and
real
also,
quick.
Yeah,
right,
North Korea is also someone else I don't worry about.
Well,
no, I don't worry about
South Korea.
them at
We've
all.
been allies with for years.
Correct.
I know. We saved them in the Korean War. My grandfather fought over there in that war. He was in the army as well. So I know people that are over there right now. That place is on lockdown, man.
Dude, and plus we have
lockdown the border.
Right, and plus we have the NORAD systems sitting over there that Obama deployed back before the end of his term.
We've had the Star Wars program since the 80s. I don't care if Reagan said we don't have them or not. We have a Star Wars-like program. We can
still
take
up there.
anything down in the air. 100%.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're still there, but Obama put more on the border towards North Korea. I think it was almost 4 years ago. He did that right before the end of his term. That he put two or three of them over on the border because North Korea was fucking practicing. I remember that.
I do too. But trust me, Trump is going to protect us the best he can. 100%. Now, the New World Order and all that jazz, they're the ones that want to take over the world, man. 100%.
Right.
And see, that's who I'd be worried about going after the White House.
That's
them, and then possibly a lot of the loony left when they get sad that, shit isn't going their way.
Yep, you're exactly right. I wasn't going to say that because I'm not trying to get political, but I totally agree with you, TLO.
What about who?
The New World Order.
Talking about the loony left.
Illuminati, son.
Yeah.
And the Illuminati, the swamp, and all the people that are evil, man. Trump is the only president we have ever had who is not part of the establishment, man.
And it's
I
pissing
mean,
him off.
look how. Okay, George W. Bush, he was a Republican, but look how he hates Trump. Look how his dad hated Trump.
Right.
He was him and his dad were part of the Skull and Bones, man. They're part of the New World Order. Skull and Bones and all that stuff. He wasn't part of that. And they hate each other. Actually, Obama is actually George W. Bush is one of their best friends now. But he's making stuff done, and this is what all this stuff, like he's been trying to be impeached because they know they can't beat him in this next election. Hands down, they can't beat him.
Right, and the fact is,
people are waking up finally and realizing, but there's still the ones that are not realizing, that are sheep, that are just listening to the media on the other side and doing the wrong things. But I'm not going to get into that. But he's going to keep us safe no matter what, 100%.
Right, and like everybody's talking about doing a 2-week nationwide shutdown, and Trump keeps looking at everybody going like, I don't want to do that.
Well, you know why? Because our economy's already crashing. We close control for 2 weeks. It's going to tank. It's going to go down probably over half what it's at right now. It went way down today.
Right.
And it's going to keep going down. But if it comes down to it and people aren't listening, it's sadly going to happen. And us that are doing the right thing, it's going to jeopardize us. So it's going to happen if people don't start listening. If some of these governors aren't going to do crap, the South Carolina governor, I said the other night, the attorney general down there told them they couldn't close anything down.
He's just
because of state law. There's other states like that too. Florida, that governor, man, look at all these spring breakers down there. How many spring breakers and people
the
down there
minute I saw them on the beach, I would have arrested all of them. I'm like, all of you arrested, you're getting charged, and you're getting kicked the F out of the state.
Yep, it's sad, man. It's sad. And
because I mean, come on, man. Spring breakers are coming back in mass infected. So where do you think they got it? From the beach.
And a former CDC director early tonight has slammed the FDA for a slow response to this coronavirus. And it makes sense. Them and the CDC and Homeland Security should have figured this out way before now.
Correct.
And it just really irks me, man. Really irks me. And look at those senators. Actually, there was one of the senators from my home state, Tom Tillis, was one of the ones that sold a lot of stock in January. I know y'all heard about that before. So these guys knew about it in January. They knew it was coming.
Yes, they did. Fine gold.
Yeah, they knew it was coming, man.
Yeah.
All they care about, a lot of these guys, a lot of these people care is the almighty dollar. Trump doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about that. He just wants to make sure we're safe and our economy's good. And I promise you, if it tanks, there'll be something majorly happen.
That's better.
No, the shit's about to hit the fan.
I think we've all been saying that for a while now, TLO.
And if it tanks, the stock market tanks, we're not just going into a recession. We're going to go into a major depression.
We're going to go right back into the Great Depression all over again.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Because there's over already 100,000 people without jobs, and it's going up every day. And a lot of these companies like Macy's and all these other places, you won't see them anymore because they're going to close the doors. They're not going to be able to reopen.
Yep.
A lot of restaurants, small business restaurants, they're not going to take loans because they're already too deep in debt.
Yep.
And it's just a real...
One of the companies I used to work for, Gap, They're going to go bye-bye.
Yeah, they are. I saw that the other day. And I got a family member that's had a lot of stock. Not stock by annuities and stuff, that was family inheritance. And they've lost a lot of money in the last 2 weeks. A lot of money. A lot of money. And it was for their retirement. And I'm worried about them because that's basically what they're living off of.
There's a lot of folks like that we have to worry about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it just really bothers me. And then, like, I got another family member that's going out and driving around everywhere, and he's over 70. And he's not paying attention to any of this stuff. Period.
Doesn't sound like it. Yeah, it does not sound like it.
I've been locked in my house. Let's see here. Saturday was 14 days. So what is today? Thursday. So that's what? That's 5 days ago. I've been quarantined for 19 days straight, even before this. Because I'm not taking a chance, man. I'm just not. At all. And luckily, my wife's getting to be able to work from home, but she works for a German company, and Germany's getting pretty bad right now. And they might be closing that company down till after the and this goes away. And it's going to suck to be on unemployment because unemployment's not going to be enough.
No, it's not.
But and what? I mean, Dwayne, what's going on up in your state, up in Ohio? What's going on up there, Dwayne?
Not honestly much. Everybody's finally deciding to start fucking listening.
Well, you've got one of the best governors in the country. He did this way before anybody else.
Oh,
New
he's
York
pissed
should
off.
have done it a month. New York should have done this a month ago.
A lot of
Correct.
12th graders are honestly pissed off at him right now. We're going to see a high dropout rate we're going to see a high dropout rate this year.
Well, I mean,
that's going to be across the board. That's not just going to be for Ohio, though.
But
no, that'll be all over.
Up here in Minnesota, the state of Minnesota, our online education program is shit, and it's failing us. It even made the fucking news.
Well, today was the first of the month, right? So I went and, did my shopping for the first of the month. Went and paid my bills, because there was a couple I couldn't pay, online, which is my gas bill and everything. Can't pay that online because obviously there's websites down. Pissed me off, but oh well. And had to go get cigarettes and stuff for a couple days.
Websites are overloaded.
Right, so I had to go physically go pay some bills. Because right now I'm helping my mom out. My mom out. Which, like I'm saying, ain't no big deal. That's my mama. I'll help her out whenever I can. But I walk in this Speedway, and this kid starts fake coughing anywhere, and you can tell this motherfucker's fake coughing. And the manager tells him, grabs his stuff that he had on the counter and took it away from him and said, "You need to leave my store." He was one of the shift managers. He was one of the shift managers, and this kid starts going freaking nuts as I'm walking in the store. He tries to swing up on a lady, like on a female, and I had to step up in front of him like, you out your goddamn flipping mind if you think you're about to hit a female.
Especially with no cause. I'd have dropped him right there.
Oh yeah, me too. I would have just hit him in the throat punched him and dropped him.
Oh dude, I couldn't hit him with a fucking minor. Trust me, if I could have, I would have.
If he was going to attack a woman, that's proper cause.
Amen.
I restrained it. That's what I know.
I'm telling you, it's going to get a lot crazier, man. You're going to see more and more crazy stuff like you ain't ever seen. I'm promising you.
Man, don't
People
come
are
crazy
mentally
here.
breaking down right now as we speak, having mental breakdowns.
Don't come crazy to me. I'll whoop your ass.
Oh, if someone comes crazy, it ain't about whooping ass. I'm gonna drop them.
Oh yeah, me
Like
too.
I made a promise to myself. I'm not going to let some idiot who's lost their shit. And I got mental problems too, but you don't see me out there acting a damn fool. But if somebody ever comes to me like that in these times, I am not going to take a chance, and I am not in the mood. So they are getting dropped. Like it's not going to be a fight. It's going to be the knife comes out of my pocket and it goes right in their throat.
You know, like one thing people gotta realize, everybody's caring. Like I had, you know, before I go upon my debut, my last.
Oh yeah, I've been shot at.
God, Jesus.
I've been shot at. I was almost stabbed 3 times. Held at gunpoint at least a dozen times.
Yeah, I've been taken hostage before for somebody thought I was somebody else, mistaken identity before, and tied before. So I know all about that kind of stuff. And I had a niece that was kidnapped and almost sold into sex slavery before. And the Russians that were into this deal, he got like 2 months in federal pen and he got out.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because he's connected.
But but we gotta really keep our heads on a swivel and stay away from crowds. Dwayne, you need to quit going to Speedway, dude. You need to buy what you need and stay home.
That's what I did, dude. None of our tobacco stores are open.
Well, it doesn't matter, man. You need to stay home, bro.
I can't
You
stay
do what
home.
me
My
and
mom carries my
TLO are
money.
doing. We're staying home. We're staying away from people. He has to work, so I understand what he's having to do. He has no choice.
Correct.
Okay, Stone, but
But
you know
you
why
have
I'm
a
not
choice.
in this
You have a
house.
choice. You have a choice.
Trust me, I don't go out unless I'm going to work.
Right now, she'd be on you like white on rice. I promise you.
But wait a minute. I have a choice when I live in a house that's basically condemned.
Go stay at your mom's then.
I can't.
Take care of your mom. Well, you need to do something where you can stay somewhere. 100%.
You know, but
Telling you, you're lucky you haven't caught this yet. You're very lucky.
I've already caught this thing before.
You can catch it again. People are catching it twice now. They're already saying people can catch it twice and not even know it.
Okay, but the fact that on the first of the month that I still have to be a responsible adult and go out and pay bills.
Yeah, but you can also do them online, man, or you can send them a check. Get you some stamps. No excuses here, man.
I'm
trying to look out for you like a little brother. Well, I'm just trying to look out for you.
But
okay, well, do what you're going to want to do. And if it happens, all you can do is blame yourself, man. I'm just looking out for you as a brother.
I understand that, but let me explain. When you're on disability and you don't have an actual bank account, you don't get written out checks, Stone. You don't get a checkbook to write checks.
Well, you can get it deposited into an account, bud.
Stone, how? None of our banks are open.
I know people with disabilities. They have it on a debit card.
None of our banks are open. None of our banks are open.
You're telling me you don't have no ATMs?
You don't have no ATMs you can go to.
I go to an ATM. I go to the store. I pay the bill. And I walk out.
These banks are essential. They have to stay open. I don't see how that
they're not letting people inside.
No, I haven't set foot inside of a bank for almost a year.
They're not letting people inside of a bank.
Well, there's a way you can figure this out, but you just need to watch what you're doing.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking
Make
at
sure.
ways.
I'm just looking out for you, man.
No, I
'Cause
know,
I promise
but
you, each one of us, before this is going to be done, we're probably going to know 2 to 5 people at minimum have died from this. It's a major possibility now.
Absolutely.
Don't you think, PLO? We're going to know somebody.
Absolutely. I would say on average at least 2 to 3.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And I hate to say that, but it's going to happen. There's going to be at least 100,000 people die from this. Up to 240,000 in this country alone.
And they say that's conservative.
Yeah.
Almost everybody is saying that's conservative. I mean, even our own government says that that's possibly not even as many as will die. So,
yeah,
because they've already admitted that they've been trying to soften the blow. That they haven't been releasing a lot of stuff because they know that if people knew how bad this shit is, they would lose their shit quicker.
Right.
Or they would, panic or whatnot. And like, obviously we already see the instances where people are panicking. We already see where people are being absolute fucktards and going, and just because they see someone who's Asian, oh yeah, you're responsible for this virus. It's like, no, stop being
so racist and so wrong. 100%.
That is so stupid on so many levels.
Yeah, 100%.
No, I've seen it. I've witnessed it myself because we have a lot of Eastern cultures here in Minneapolis and Minnesota, especially say St. Paul. Super large Laotian. I think it's like one of the top 5 Laotian and Hmong communities in the country.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've seen it. I've seen the looks that people give them. I've seen the way that they treat them when they're out in places. I'm like, wow, y'all, that's just dumb. I mean, seriously, that is just dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. People don't want to, like I barely ever leave my house anymore. But the fact is that y'all don't want to listen. The state governors don't want to listen.
That's the main part, though. It's a lot of these youngins. I mean, even tonight, like when I was just out on my break, so not even that late, but as I was sitting there smoking on my cigar on my break, I see at least almost 12, like maybe 13, 14-year-olds, all in a big ass group, all walking in unison down the street. And at least 2 cop cars go past them. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, didn't you say there's like the mandatory, 6 feet distance thing, the social distancing crap? But they ain't doing it.
And really,
I saw a gaggle of homeless people all sitting there, and like the cops sitting like not even 12 yards from them, like parked. And they're just sitting there, letting them go. And I'm like, well, that's smarts.
And really, you should be 12 feet away, not 6 feet.
Right? 6 feet is just your personal bubble. Then you add in their personal bubble.
I just saw this on the ticker. Dozens of cruise ships are either lined up at Port Miami and Port Everglades in Florida or waiting offshore due to the coronavirus pandemic, and they are full of people right now as we speak. Most have only crew aboard, but Carnival Corp notified officials that it has more than 6,000 passengers still at sea on 3 ships. Now, tell me how stupid that is.
Oh, it's beyond stupid.
Because they're not letting them out right now.
But they should have never got on the ship.
Correct.
How many weeks now? We're way past 2 weeks.
Yeah, right.
We're on week
Amen
3
to
now
that,
today.
Brother Stone.
Do you know
Amen to that, Brother Stone. This shit's been
What a
going
bunch
on
of idiots,
since
man.
November.
Stupid is what stupid does.
And then they're gonna. This crap just kills me, man.
Stone
There's
stupid,
no
stupid.
there's
You
no
can't fix it.
organization of this in each state. That's Florida's problem.
Correct.
Florida, do
If
you
that
know
governor kills a lot of people, he needs to stand trial, in my opinion.
what? Agreed.
He just does. I'm just really fired up because now Adam Schiff is saying we need to have a 9/11 commission to investigate this, and they're saying it could be possibly an impeachment 2.0. He's wanting to do a bill on this and see what Trump has done to make it wrong. Now, what does that freaking tell you?
Right.
The left is going to go after him no matter what. They got
Correct.
But,
and it's already been proven with the likes of Antifa and some of those fringe that they don't care about anybody else except for themselves. They sit there and they espout all this garbage about how they're for the people and for equal rights. And they act like some of the biggest fascists that I've seen this side of the Nazis.
Right?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Exactly right. And what's really sad is, like, me and Dwayne have a friend who's in Baltimore right now, and he told me yesterday they will shoot people in Baltimore if they come out on the streets.
Correct.
Because of the riots of a couple of years ago. And what kind of
Correct.
What kind of panic
They're
is that
anticipating.
if that happens? What kind of riots is that going to cause? That's going to
Oh,
cause
yeah.
a major uproar if that happens. That's not
Now,
smart.
Dwayne, you probably remember this. I actually mentioned something to this effect, and that was probably about, a month ago? I said that how it's going to go down is somebody is going to act all crazy and stuff, and then it's just going to trickle into this big riot because some people are going to be offended, and it's because, everyone's so easily offended.
Pretty much.
And they ain't gonna look at the truth. They ain't gonna look at the fact that the person was probably being an idiot, and they're gonna be like, "Oh well, see, they just murdered him or did whatever, and like suppressed him and whatnot," and they're gonna riot, and then it's just gonna get worse. And because of everybody on such edge as they are, it is going to explode like the shit you see in the movies.
TLO pretty much, man. I mean, and that's the sad reality of it, It's like people don't know when enough is honestly. How am I trying to say this?
Well, people are too self-absorbed, man. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, hell, I've had a few moments in my lifetime, but they've definitely been down to a minimum.
Well,
but like the people that they got going today, wow. Like, it's just about like gimme, 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 me.
Oh, yeah,
look at me.
100%.
And it's like,
100%.
hey, think about some other people. Like, especially when this shit started going down, like in the first get, like everyone was saying, like, all you young folks, stop acting damn fools, because you're just going to bring it home and kill your parents or your grandparents or an uncle or like even a brother or sister that's immunocompromised. So
right,
yeah.
and which is
stop
what I told
acting like idiots, but they still kept acting like idiots. Oh, it doesn't affect me. Oh, I'm fine. Blah blah blah.
Which is what I was telling that young kid today, and that young kid was sitting there wanting to fight me, knowing that I had a handgun laying on my leg.
And listen to this. I heard this today, and I don't remember where I saw this, and I wish I remembered because I would put the link in the chat. But
Speaking of the chat,
the federal government asked just for New York 80,000 body bags.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw they're ramping up. They're going to the military department to get the body bags, the ones that they had stored for any of our major conflicts. They're going to start dipping into that.
Wasn't it something like 85 freezers?
yeah,
Truck
85,
freezers?
Right?
85 freezers have been put in the streets in New York until they can get room in the morgues. You know, guys, but I am going to interrupt this real quick because I do this every time. If you guys want to donate to keep this going, to keep the revolution going, and to be able to keep updated with how dumb our state's being, you know, this US of A, go to freedomrevolutionnetwork.com, click the donate button. Any dollar helps. If you donate more than 50 or more, you get a free t-shirt, a Freedom Revolution Network t-shirt. Also, when you open the freedomrevolutionnetwork.com page, you will see our coronavirus dollar bomb. That will really also help us stay open when things go completely dark, and we can stay alive and still bring you guys the news, the entertainment, and have fun, like, you know, like the original Red Pill Show, Clarity After Dark, Journey into Freedom, Kevin Show, and most of all, Emergency Management Associates. So if you guys want to help out in any way you can, please go over to FRN and donate. Now, back to our original viewer. But no, like I was saying before we interrupted that. Sorry, Stone. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, you're good. Go ahead. I
You
forgot
know,
what I was talking about.
but the fact that these youngins, dude, are just out there thinking, like, I'm not going to get this bullshit. And tries to start coughing on everybody.
Yep.
Like, dude.
Yeah, but it's idiots like that that are going to cause martial law. And you think it's
Right?
down, and you have no idea.
Dude, and I'll tell you this, the Speedway was packed.
Well, that's why I would have stayed away.
Dude, I sat out in my
Yeah.
car. I sat out in my car for at least maybe 25, 30 minutes after that fight because I was waiting to get cigarettes.
Because the virus can stay in the air for up to 3 hours.
Correct.
Why do you think I got the fuck up out of there like I did?
Hope you had a mask on and some gloves.
Oh, I did. I have my N95 mask on.
All right. Hope
So
you
that's
change
what I
your
keep-
filter. You need to change
do.
your filter every time you go outside, too.
I do. I change it. Dude, I have maybe 40, 50 filters left.
And throw them gloves away before you even come in the house.
I do. I throw them away before I even get in the car and I put a new pair on.
Yeah. Dang, dude, quit snoring.
You know, like, that's the fact about me. At least when I leave, I put on the proper protection that they ask us to put on. Goggles, N95 mask, and a pair of gloves.
I don't have goggles, but I've got the mask and gloves.
Dude, even though I'm
Yeah,
really
I've just got
damaging,
those regular flu mask. That's all I've got. So that's why I'm not really going out.
dude,
Those
even though
don't
I'm
work.
damaging the fuck out of my hands because of the fact I'm allergic to latex, but that was the only thing left.
Right.
You know, until my buddy brings me my 3 boxes of nylon gloves, he said he'll bring me. You know, but basically the only thing I do anymore, Stone, is sit down and do schoolwork.
I know. I'm just making sure, man.
Oh, dude, I haven't left my house. This is the first time since since Sunday I left my house.
Thought you went to
Sweet.
your mom's yesterday and cooked.
No, I went to my mom's and took a shower. I didn't take a shower for
You
like a
just
week and a
gotta
half.
be careful. Everybody here needs to be careful, man.
Dude, like when I get to my mom's, the first thing I do is I don't even sit down. I don't even take my shoes off. I go straight to the shower. And I scrub my ass down with literally burning hot freaking water. You know, guys, but it's just a simple fact. Pam CVS is completely out. All my stores are completely out of gloves. Only reason he has them is because the apartment building, which is I used to live in, his
Well,
landlord.
I'll tell you one thing. I sure wouldn't be going in a pharmacy because our pharmacy
Fuck
here,
that.
we had an outbreak at our Walgreens in my town, and 2 or 3 people got coronavirus from
Dude,
the pharmacy.
I was supposed to go to my Walmart today. And I was
That's
scrolling
one
through
place
our
I
dude.
definitely
Yeah,
need
don't go to
I
Walmart.
was scrolling through my groups to pull money off my card. And someone said, do not go to the Madison Walmart if you love your life. They had a coronavirus patient that collapsed on the floor. I'm going like, yep. I'm
Yeah,
not
I would be
going.
staying away from any big store.
Dude, me and my mom looked at each other. I'm like, oops, well, there's our plan to go to Walmart and get food. Fucking smoker's cough.
Yeah, my mother tried going to shopping at Cub during one of their senior compromise special shopping hours, and she said, "You know what? You're kind of right, son. I probably would be getting more or have more of a chance of getting infected going to one of those than just going at any normal hour or going in the middle of the night because it's 24 hours." Because she said every single one of those old people were hacking up lungs and they were not covering their mouths. They weren't doing any of that. She was like, I think I might have gotten sick just from going in there and seeing that shit.
You know, it's
And I was like, well, yep, that's why I shop. If I shop, I go out and it's like 2, 3 in the fucking morning. And there's like 2 other people there.
And I'm gonna say this,
and
guys,
one of them's working.
Oh, your Walmart's open at night? Your Walmart is?
No, I go to Cub. I've got a Cub Foods like 2 blocks from me. So I just walk down there, walk back.
Walmart, my grocery stores are 24 hours. They're not 24 hours anymore.
Dude,
so I can't do that. So I'm having to get somebody to Instacart it. And then when they bring it to the house, I have bleach and a rag, and I wipe it totally down before I
wipe
even
all
use
that.
it.
I got a gift from somebody today, and I wiped that shit down.
Oh, yeah. I'm not having to do that 100%.
But yeah, up here we've got quite a few things that are open 24/7. So we've got a dozen Cub Foods. We've got almost all the Walgreens are still open 24 hours, with the exception of the ones located in our commercial district, our downtown area. They close up at about 7 or 8, just because everything in our downtown district closes about 5 or 6 o'clock. Restaurants, when restaurants are allowed to be open, are open later, and then obviously bars and a couple of nightclubs. It's not necessarily a very happening town, but we definitely do have a lot of places you can go overnight and get something, in the wee hours of the night and avoid a lot of people.
Man, listen to this, dude. Our strip clubs are still 100% open.
Oh, our shit was shut down a while ago.
Oh, dude, like there's privately owned strip club And I know a buddy that works.
Oh yeah,
at
the
a
privately
doctor.
owned strip clubs here got busted. Like they sent in the SWAT and everything. What is one Lamplighter? Because it's outside of the city. They thought they'd be cute and open up. Oh my goodness, they got shut down. I think they're even talking about possibly criminally charging the owners.
Well, that's good. They need to.
They need to.
To be honest, yes. Let's just be real. Yes. Because you know damn well people are going to go there. I mean, let's be real. Like, look at what's going on online with a lot of shit. Like, I go online just to Instagram, and just on Instagram, I've seen so much tits and ass just on regular Instagram. Like, I am amazed.
Oh, I've seen what you shared.
Absolutely. So
trust me.
it's out there. You know it's out there. And because everyone's stuck at home, and because you are supposed to be on your own and left to your own devices, even though a lot of people are going out there sneaking around, doing all sorts of shit, and I'm sure spreading that shit.
Bro, and here's my thing, and Stone's gonna chew my behind out when I say this. So Stone, just bear with me for a minute, okay? I'm trying to save the young people. Instead of if y'all want, man, and I know I'm about to say this on air, and this is kind of embarrassing, but it's 100% true, dude. You know, instead of going out there and infecting yourselves and infecting, you know, your significant other, there's better ways to relieve yourselves instead of going out there and getting sick.
Oh yeah. But there's some people out there that just crave that touch and the physicality of it. You know, because let's be real, most of us know about all the millions upon millions of videos that you can watch for whatever kind of taste you may have.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about.
Yes.
I wasn't even bringing up videos.
Well, a lot of that texting and sexting and whatnot, man, they're starting to do that shit in like 4th, 5th grade, so it almost becomes like passe by the time you're an adult.
Dude, like, look. Like, everybody that has a significant other, before this world goes on lockdown, y'all just need to get with your SO, dude. And just stay locked together. No leaving in and out of the damn house. Like when I go get my fiance next week, she said she's staying. She told her mom, like, look, once I go up there, I'm staying. I love you. I'm not risking coming back and forth. You know what I mean?
Well, that's good. Yeah. No, I know. Trust me, I know. I see it, as I said, where I work. I see him coming and going every night, and I'm just like, wow. Why can't y'all just, like, kick it together? I mean, shit, that's what I would be doing if I were so lucky. That was kind of the whole idea and the plot, because I saw this shit coming, and then somebody decided to fucking give me the axe in December, even though I was saying, shit is about to get real. Like, you should reconsider, just because I know shit's about to get real, and you have no idea.
And you know what, TLO, I know how you feel. You know, because when me and Scarlett were talking about this back in, you know, January, when this got released, you know, to the air, when me and Scarlett started talking about it, you know, my significant other was basically in the same situation as yours, and I got the boot. TLO, I got the boot shortly after you, my brother.
Yeah, you did. I got the boot 4 days before our 1-year anniversary, 6 days before Christmas, and 19 days before my birthday.
Like, dude, I feel for you, dude. Like,
and I will say this, and I hope somebody would maybe be smart enough or happen a chance on it, but I do still love her, even though I consider as being an idiot. I know that definitely comes off as vain or whatnot, but I'd have to say I'm a pretty awesome guy. Most of the people that have been in my life have been with me in my life for years. So obviously, if you see the quality of people's friends, and hell, even the quality of people's enemies, you can judge the person's character. And so I've got some pretty heavy hitters as far as enemies, and I definitely have some solid 20-plus-year-old friends.
you know, and that's another thing is we're gonna find out truly who our friends are.
Truly. Absolutely. That's why I joined up with all of you guys, because I could tell, even though we hadn't been friends for very long, even though we don't really know each other all that well, from what I hear, from what you're saying, there's more truth in that than what I hear in so much of the rest of the world. That I knew that you all were the kind of people that I wanted to associate with and wanted to be friends with.
Dude, let me just tell you this, TLO. We are one dysfunctional, happy family. If you listened yesterday, I think it was Tuesday morning when I popped on the Red Pill Show.
No, I missed that.
I popped on there, dude. We can talk about anything. It went from PG to rated R. Went from PG.
Oh yeah,
to
the Red Pill Show goes that way.
You know, and I'm the one that, me and Mel were the one that caused it because Mel had to run her dang mouth. Anyways, but it went from PG to PG-13 to rated R to rated X to rated triple X within like 30 seconds. But we were just sitting there bullcrapping. And TLO, you are a part of this family, dude.
And I appreciate y'all accepting me.
You're a part of the FRN family.
I tell you, it was one of the more prideful moments of late, at least in the last few years, when I saw that blue wrench by my name.
Hey, that was Scarlett's doing. It was either Scarlett or somebody made you wrenched.
I think it was Scarlett. And that's why every time someone says her name, I smile.
Scarlett's a good girl, dude.
She's awesome.
She's the reason I'm still alive. Part of the reason I'm still alive today.
And that's exactly why she's awesome. Because she has the ability to touch people like that. And I hate to come off as boasting, but I've saved a few lives in my time.
I think we all have, dude.
One I remember real vividly was back in high school. This girl that I had a huge crush on was dating this guy, this native. To be honest, he was garbage, man. Like, he gives natives a bad name. Like, he is the definition of it. And he was always trying to get her to go out there to the reservation. Well, I had done some research, and found out that a few of his exes or girls that he had dated had miraculously somewhat disappeared. And so I told her, you better fucking not go out to that reservation with him. Because if you do, there is a high probability that you will never be seen or heard from ever again.
Yeah, man.
She listened to me. She's still alive. That guy, that piece of garbage ended up in jail, and I think somebody actually gave him the shiv because it was found out that he was touching on little kids too.
We're going to start seeing a lot more of that too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're going to see a lot of sin, a lot of biblical shit. Like, I'm not even a Christian, and I know that is going to happen. Because as I said, people are losing their damn minds. I mean, hell, I've been borderline a few days here myself.
Right.
So I know people who are definitely not as strong in fortitude. They're going to be out there causing all sorts of chaos. And some of them are even reveling it. I mean, look at these idiots that are going around, just like you said, that fucking turd biscuit teenager sitting there pretend coughing and shit in the store. There is no need or any inkling of an idea of how that would be cool, funny, edgy, or even viable in this day and age, what everybody is going through.
I'm back. Yeah, I was listening to you. And listening to you saying about that too. Did y'all see that FedEx guy spitting on people's packages at their door?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that shit too. That's what I'm talking about. Is people who are blatantly being assholes because they enjoy it. Because that's who they are. And people are like, oh, how can this happen? Because there's assholes out there. There really, truly is.
Like the Tide Pod kids. They're going around
Correct.
and putting on video on Instagram and Facebook, the coughing challenge, and they're spitting on produce. And there was one area, one grocery store, and I don't remember where it was, but they had to throw away $30,000 worth of groceries.
Yeah, I saw that.
Freaking thousand.
I'll just say that whacked out bitch. And yeah, I said it, folks. I said the B word. Right. But I saw her on the news, and I saw them like talking to her a little bit, and you could tell she did not care. She wanted to do that. She probably had planned to do that. And think of that, $30,000 worth of food that could have been in families' homes, in their refrigerators, or in their stomachs, but instead had to be thrown out.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
I hope they had to pay all that back and some.
Oh yeah, they better charge her with that. She goes to jail and she has to pay back all of that.
Yeah. People think the world's crazy now. Wait till you see what the world's going to be like after this is over, especially in the next 5 years. All this social media and all this stuff everybody's into now. It's going to be so much worse.
Well, I've started to notice that people are starting to actually notice, and it's something that obviously I've espoused numerous times, calling on the fact that people are going to start acting more and more nutty as shit progresses. But now we're starting to see articles about the fact that how this isolation is not good for humans. It's not good for any of us. And just interacting through online and whatnot, it's like we need, it's not healthy, not mentally, not physically. Like our humans need contact. Whether it is just even being in the room, you don't actually have to physically touch somebody, but just being face to face with them.
And
is
you know who the
important.
people are? They're going to be the people that probably break down the quickest is people that live by themselves that are already quarantined. They have nobody.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's why I feel that I've dealt with this pretty damn well, considering, because I've already, I mean, hell, it's not like I went to the bars. It's not like anybody invited me out to any parties and shit like that. So I avoided all those crowds just involuntarily. And, you know, I usually just go to work, come home, you know, feed my cat, feed myself, whip up something in the kitchen, watch some good movies. Right now I got The Patriot, classic Mel Gibson playing in the background.
Oh, yeah, that's one of my favorite movies.
Oh, amen, brother. Amen.
You know, guys, but I honestly think it is that said time. We're going to end a little early tonight. TLO, do you have any last words, my friend?
Actually, I do tonight. If anybody out there who is listening, who happens upon this, seriously, this is it. You've seen the movies, you've read the books. Like this is when shit goes down. This is when the world changes, and it could be permanently. Like this could be it. So we have a choice, all of us, how we deal with it, how we proceed, and whether or not we want to do it together or whether or not we want to do it at each other's throats. So I leave that decision up to you people out there. I know what choice I've made. As I've always said, I am a warrior for light, yet shrouded in a world of darkness. So I will continue to fight for people, for justice, for balance, for whatever you believe in is right. That's the side that I'm going to be on.
Right.
And I hope that people out there will choose the right side. That's what I'm hoping.
Right. And guys,
be smart, be safe.
From the seas to the skies, I'm your host, Dwayne Lanham, with your very special guest co-host, TLO. We thank you for another night of Freedom Revolution Network. Stone, you want to take us out in prayer, my friend?
Sure, I will. Lord, we just come before you tonight and ask these people that are not listening, Lord, to start paying attention and not lean on their own understanding and with puffed out chest and think, oh, I'm invincible. We all will possibly see someone that passes away, Lord, and we just ask, Lord, that this ends quicker than what they're predicting, and only you can do that. And we just thank you for all you do. Keep us all safe. Keep us on high alert at this time, and have a watchful eye for our surroundings. And we love you and we thank you. We praise your name, amen. And I just ask everybody to be safe. Listen to your government authorities unless you think something is wrong. And please pay attention to this and take it more serious. And like TLL said, be a light in this dark world. There's a lot of darkness going on right now over the world, more than we've seen since 1918 with the Spanish flu epidemic, and which was last. I know we've had pandemics all over since the beginning of time, but this could be the most serious one on our continent that we've ever had. And just be vigilant and be prepared for possible martial law. If I pray it doesn't happen, but if it keeps up like this, it's going to happen. So good night. God bless y'all. Take care.
All right, guys, and we are on